All right, it is March 1st, and it's checkpoint time. What that means is you have problems and I have problems. And if you know how many problems I've got right now, then you know that checkpoints are absolutely critical. And that guy back behind me right there, he's got a ton of problems. Kenny, come here real quick. Come on. So he's got a journey and a story. I'm glad you're checking this out. And I want Kenny to share just a little bit about, what was it, 6 years ago? Something like that. You got to step into the camera, homeboy. Come on. Come on, get up here. Isn't he handsome? Look at that guy. Look at that.
So short standing next to
Yeah,
him.
you do look short, but you also look stout. Dude, what happened last month? You tore it up last month.
So
starting in January?
January 1st.
Okay.
Since January 1st, I've lost about 40 pounds.
What?
Yeah, crazy. I set destinations. I was like, this is where I want to go. I listed out like all the roadblocks that I know that keep me from getting there, and then got really practical with like, all right, so what am I going to put in place to keep me on track? Those are called guardrails, for those of you that don't know. And then just actually sticking to that and checking those out and writing those down every day was a game changer.
Do you write them down in something that looks like this?
Something that looks exactly like that.
So this traction planner is actually set up with a guardrails section. You can see it's March 1st. My guardrails are empty right now. That's because I'm resetting my guardrails. The monthly checkpoint process is a process that we created about 17 years ago to help Amy and I stay on track with what tracks? What are our tracks?
Ooh, there's God, health, finances, relationships, and purpose.
So what track were you really focused on starting January 1st, and how much progress you made? You lost 40 pounds, but like you focused, I'm assuming, on the health track?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely. I put a lot of focus. My top two was my God track and my health track. I think I made significant strides in both of those.
Yeah.
I've still got some work to do in some of the other ones, but purpose is one that I'm actually focusing really heavy on this month. So I'm pretty excited about that. But
so what were your guardrails that kept you or allowed you to lose 40 pounds in 2 months? And just, I believe his actual number is 28 pounds in January came off.
Yes, something like that.
Yeah.
So the first one was I made it to where I was going to get 10,000 steps in every day. I was on a very specific diet, so I was staying away from a lot of stuff. And then I was like I said, I was moving every day. I was hiking every morning, working out every evening, and just doing all that kind of stuff. I was doing stuff to keep my mental health sharp, my spiritual health. And then once you start there, then it kind of makes it a lot easier to get into the physical health and keep that fire burning.
Which one thing I want to mention to you is that Kenny is a certified coach in what areas right now, and what are you working
So right now I'm just a certified personal trainer. I am about a third of the way through a course for a transformation specialist. So it is a physical transformation, mental transformation, and emotional transformation. I'm also, just being me personally, I'm going to kind of throw in some of that spiritual transformation as well. Working on nutrition and strength and conditioning.
Yeah. So part of the heart of me having Kenny jump on here is because if you relate to a story, or if you're in a physical spot where you're wanting to see change, coaching is a very important thing. I've had many coaches throughout my life from a very early age, but even now I have people that are helping coach in business decisions, helping coach in life decisions. I really believe in that. It's something that I do. I coach, numbers of people, and Kenny's stepping out to do this in the health arena. He's going to be working with it, within this on track lifestyle process. But the beauty of Kenny's story is that he began this journey with us very intentionally about 6 years ago. It was September 11th, 7 years ago. And how did your journey begin then? Because he jumped into something that was like on track lifestyle to the core. And what did you do in your first year of on track lifestyle?
So in my first year, I started at 305, 310 pounds, something like that. By the end of that first year, I was 215 pounds. But I had a very strict routine. So this is what time I wake up every day. This is, I spend this first hour of my day in the Word, getting my mind right, getting my heart right, and then going tackling my health, and then getting in the work day, and then doing like personal development stuff like reading and stuff like that on the evening side. And it's just discipline that I didn't have before. I was, like I said, I was super overweight. I was depressed, like hopeless. And this kind of really gave me the tools to build on that and actually have, purpose, have hope, just be excited about life. And
yeah. So right now we're in the back room of our restaurant, Ewing's on the Kern in Kernville. And Kenny used this place also as a professional development tool. He's grown leaps and bounds. This guy can do pretty much anything around this restaurant. I'd like to see him cook some steaks.
Oh, dude,
I haven't. Oh, he can cook steaks. Okay, so if you want to eat a Kenny steak, come in later this evening.
I'll cook you one.
So all of that to say, in the 5 tracks of life, God, health, finance, relationships, and purpose, that's kind of like all encompassing. And I guarantee you this, you are stuck in one of those areas, or if you're not completely stuck, you at least want to make some changes or some choices. And for us, the method that we utilize, I don't want to just take a guess at what it is that I'm supposed to do in my life. I believe with all of my heart that God put us on this earth. And if God made us, then he's got a plan for us. If he's got a plan for us, that means he wants to direct us in the way. So today I jotted down right here in this traction planner. It's Isaiah chapter 30, verse 21. It says, whether you turn to the right or to the left. And I'm just wanting to point out that all of us in categories of life, we make decisions all the time. Sometimes we make the right decisions, and sometimes, unfortunately, we make the wrong decisions. And then that ends in like a world of pain and hurt and misery. We've seen it over and over. I've experienced it, and I know you have too. So it says, whether you turn to the right or the left, you will hear a voice behind you. And some of you are like, okay, that's where these guys just lost me. They hear voices. There's a reality to that. And I've never heard an audible voice from God. But I will say that since I was born again, born of God's Spirit, October 9th, 1999, my goal has been to be a tracker, somebody who's listening to the Spirit. I don't do it perfectly, but after 25 years, I'm honing a little bit better, just like tuning in a radio to a frequency. I want to get on the frequency because if God made me, if God made Kenny, God made you, then he has a path for you. And we want to hear it. We want to hear what the next right steps of our lives are. The beauty about this monthly checkpoint process is that you don't have to necessarily think about 5 years down the road. Although I do think it's a good idea to know where God's leading you in your life, whether it's marriage, business, school, whatever. But really, it's about taking small intentional steps, daily intentional steps. That's what the guardrails are about. That's how Kenny lost 40 pounds. And many of you would be like, man, that'd be so great. How do you honestly feel after losing 40 pounds?
Oh my, it's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, one, like your joints don't hurt as bad, not lugging around that extra weight. But my energy's up. Like my self-confidence is up. Just more like excited, more.
Yeah. Morning.
It's just, I mean, you feel great. And I still have a long way to go, on my personal health track, but just like trying to keep focus of like, all right, like I know I've got a long way to go, but keep it in the idea of how far you've already come and just focusing on the wins rather than
what about, you 7 years ago, you lost nearly 100 pounds. And then I know sometimes it was up and down. What causes the ups and downs sometimes for you?
Not doing the stuff that's in this little traction planner right here. Just not setting goals, just kind of going through the motions and just living life day by day. It's super easy to have one day turn into 2, turn into 4, turn into a week. And then before you know it, you're 3 months down the road, you've put on 40, 50 pounds. And
happens quick.
Yeah, very quick.
And that's the heart of the monthly checkpoint is that you've got to be intentional. 30 days is not very long. It comes quickly. But every single day, you wake up and you have choices to make as to whether or not you're going to make progress in your life or you're just going to stay stuck and kind of drifting along. So we want you to go to monthlycheckpoint.com, throwing a little banner up here. Bam. Go to that website. On the website, there's a short little video, but you can download the worksheet that's in this planner. It's absolutely free. When you do that, this week, I'm going to be emailing you opportunities for courses, coaching, Kenny can jump in and help assist in coaching you in the health related stuff. Whatever it is that you're looking for, we really do have an all-encompassing system to help you. So don't wait till tomorrow. Today's the day, March 1st, do it. Get on there and download that. You don't have to fill out all 5 tracks, but start with the 2 that you're experiencing the most pain in your life right now, and process it. When you receive the email from me, then you're going to download an app on your phone, and you're going to be able to go in and have community experience. Kenny and I are both in that community. We'll be able to answer questions. If you want to go further and do actual coaching, we both have packages and programs to do that for you. Sometimes you got to ante up. If you want to level up, sometimes you've got to actually take steps to level up. So that's our encouragement to you. What else do you have before we get off this thing?
So actually, I've been thinking about
closer.
So,
look at it.
I was on a hike the other day, and I went to a spot that I had never been to before. And on my way back, like, you had to do a little bit of bushwhacking and climbing over some rocks and stuff. And on the way back, I was like, you know what, there's got to be an easier way. So I got just a little bit off track and went like looking for an easier route to try and avoid putting in the work that I didn't really want to do. And I ended up for like a half an hour just dredging through like all kinds of crap, got like beat up. And I was just like, I just need to go back and then just get back on the trail and go. And then I was like, I didn't want to backtrack. I didn't want to lose a little bit of progress. And I just kept getting stuck and stuck and stuck. And then it was finally like, all right, like, I'm going to take a few steps back, actually like get a clear vision of where I'm trying to go, and then see if I can figure it out. And I walked back like 5 minutes and then saw like a little vantage point. So I got up there, and then there was the trail. I could have saved myself a half an hour, a whole bunch of cuts and bruises and stuff if I would have just stayed on track.
Yeah.
So that literally was last week. And I was like, oh, what do you know? You can apply this to all sorts of areas of your life.
You really can. Doesn't he look kind of like a bushwhacker though? So some of you are in situations, whether it's relationships or finances, you do need to backtrack just a little bit because you might be in too deep. What? That's good. Well, good stuff. You know what I'm most proud of for Kenny is that he didn't even say a single cuss word.
I almost did in that last little bit.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what?
There's no reason.
Yeah.
Mom, you should be so proud of Kenny. His heart is getting better. You know, he's not.
Anyway. A potty heart.
Yeah, potty heart. Hey, we believe you can win. We really do. And so step in, get that monthly checkpoint download, start looking deep. Ask God to help. If you're not a believer, this thing still will help you because the systems are tried and true. Mm-hmm. But I would encourage you to dig deep on the spiritual side too, because that's where true transformation takes place. So God bless you. Find your call. Make life count. Why?
Because life is meant to be enjoyed, and it's too short to live miserable.
Gosh, did you come up with that?
No, I thought you did.
I did. Yeah. All right. See ya.